Okay, so we're back the next day. We've got 4 patches on the ceiling to fix. We're working on the 3rd coat, the skim coat. For this, you're going to use a 10-inch knife and a 14-inch knife or a 12-inch knife. It's a personal preference. I find that I can actually have a little bit more control with the 14-inch over the 12. That really doesn't make sense, but the way that I use it, and I'll show you, maybe it'll make sense. We are covering, we're covering our patch here. You can actually see the tape right here. It's the smoothest area from left over from the 2nd coat. And you actually want to still see it in your 2nd coat. So we're gonna start basically blending in using the skim coat, fanning our mud out from the center of the crack and blending it in with the existing sheetrock drywall. In my case, this is like cement board from 1967. So we're gonna grab our mud on our 10-inch knife. And another thing to use that you could think about or consider using is a hawk. When you're working over your head, you will drop mud. So hopefully have some tarp, or not a tarp, but a painter's cloth down so you can catch any mud that may drop. Or as I mentioned, you could use a hawk, and a hawk is like, imagine this with a, let's see, do I even have my, I do have a hawk. I don't use it as often. I find that I am not that skilled with using it. It's good to catch stuff when it drops, but I have more success with a pan, actually, where other people have said they have less success with a pan and more success with the hawk. So again, it's really a personal preference. Either or will do. Occasionally, I will use a hawk for smaller areas, but when I'm doing a larger area, I feel that I'd rather have the flexibility of the pan because I can hold my mud better and scoop it and scrape than you can with a hawk. You can't do that with a hawk. So after you've got your mud on with a 10-inch, you could still continue to use the 10-inch, but this is when I transition and come into using a 14-inch finishing trowel or a 12-inch. So I hold the finishing trowel like this. This gives you that flexibility you need when you're feathering out over your existing patch. So mind you, the patch is right here, and we have feathered out a little more on this side than we did on this side. So let's correct that. Let's add a little bit more to the outside here, and then we can do our blending with said skim coat. All right. So we're going to apply more pressure on the outside here and less pressure on the inside. So kind of like this. You can see me flexing. You should be able to see the flex. And then you get a smooth transition. Same thing on the opposite side. And you can essentially work your way out. And do the middle. And do the outside. Do the middle again. And there, you can clean up your edges. It might look a little wavy here and you've got these ridges here, and honestly, it's not a big deal. You can leave these ridges here, come back, sand, smooth it all out, and it's fine. It's not that much to take off with a sanding block, but it's a lot to take off with a knife. So if I keep going at it and I try to not feather as hard and I'll remove that one, I might flatten that one down, that doesn't look so good. Now I've created a ridge over there. That's the problem with mudding and drywall. You gotta know when to stop. If you don't stop, you're gonna take everything off you just put on, and in this case, less is best. So to show you where I would have only had 2 ridges, now I've got 3, and I've got some waves, some dips in there. And it looks like I might have picked up what appears to be some junk. And this is the problem. You might pick up some junk, you might scrape the existing sheetrock. And again, it's okay. You can always, like I said, you can come back over and you can fix it. As it actually looks like. Look like a line. And again, that's not bad. Like I said, it's so light you can't even tell. You got some ridges, got a tiny valley, but that's okay because you're gonna come back and sand, and you don't want to be here all day sanding. So less is best. The more you have to put on, the more you have to take off. Let's jump over to the other patches. Okay, in this case, we've got a long one that goes from here all the way over to here. It's about 10 inches wide at this point. We're gonna make it 20 inches. Same thing as last time. We're gonna load up our mud. We're gonna start putting on and making a mess at the same time. So, in that instance, a hawk will come in handy. This is a bigger area, so a hawk would be better.
I breathe you in, I breathe you out, I feel it all.
flex again. It's hard to do a long strip. It only depends on how much scaffolding you have. You don't want to fall off. That would be probably funny to you guys, but not so funny to me. And we got stuff dropping, it's okay. Voila, third coat done. So this about wraps up the DIY repair of cracks in ceiling and walls for drywall, mud, and tape. This was basically a combination of repair plus new installation, because if we add tape, you have to do all three steps with tape, whether it's a repair or it's brand new. So we kind of combine this into both a repair and a new installation, steps 1 to 3, tape, the second coat, and then your fan out coat with your skim coat, your third coat. If you like this video, please subscribe, leave a comment down below. Maybe I missed something, maybe I can learn from you, and I'll see you in the next one.